All right, so today we're going to get into the difference between dirty bulking and lean bulking. I've seen a lot of people say they just want to bulk, but they don't know what to do. Should they dirty bulk? Should they lean bulk? Let me get into exactly why you do not want to dirty bulk and why lean bulking is actually a better option. So, before we get into that, let me explain exactly which each one is. Now, I've done both. I've done dirty bulking twice. One of them was an accidental dirty bulk, one of them was intentional. Then I've done a clean bulk as well. And the benefits of the clean bulk are way, way better than dirty bulk. But let me tell you exactly what a lean bulk is, what a dirty bulk is, so you can kind of, get a better idea. So, lean bulk is just an approach to bulking that aims to increase, of course, your muscle mass without adding too much body fat, aka being efficient with your muscle gain. And then a dirty bulk is typically it involves eating like, cookies, in and out, McDonald's, candy, anything just to gain weight as fast as possible. And honestly, a lean bulk is focused on gaining as much muscle as fast as possible and as reasonably as possible without gaining fat. And a dirty bulk is just focused on the scale and gaining weight, which obviously when you gain weight, it's not always good weight. It's not always muscle weight. All right, so here are some of the misconceptions about lean bulking. So a lot of people hate lean bulking because obviously you gain less weight and they feel discouraged if the scale doesn't go up quickly. And once again, I made a video on why the scale doesn't matter as much because if you gain a lot of fat, obviously that's not a good thing. I know the scale goes up and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting bigger, I'm getting swole. Yay. But no, that's not a good thing, guys. Like if you're getting a lot of weight, but you're gaining a lot of waist circumference, you're just gaining fat. That's it. And not to mention, a lot of people lean bulk and they actually get high blood pressure. They increase their risk of type 2 diabetes. They get high cholesterol. So, dirty bulking is not healthy, guys, straight up. If your endurance starts to suffer, your abdomen starts to increase a lot, and you gain a lot of fat. Obviously, there's zero benefits. And one of the worst things about it is you're actually going to be, cutting for a longer period of time as well. So the reality with a lean bulk is that you gain the same amount of muscle, you just gain way less fat, which is why the scale doesn't go up as fast. So, for example, if you gain 10 pounds in a month doing a dirty bulk, 3 to 4 pounds of that is muscle, the other 6 pounds is fat. That's a bad ratio. Versus if you gain, 5 pounds in a month doing a clean bulk, that means 4 of those pounds is probably muscle, and then 1 pound is fat. So that's a 1 to 4 ratio. That's way better. And another thing is that a lot of people don't talk about is like when you lean bulk, you do intermittent mini cuts, so you can even minimize fat loss even more, right? Like I said, the scale shows less fat than dirty bulking, but it's more efficient. All right. So here are some of the misconceptions about dirty bulking. All right. So people think it's more important you gain weight faster, but like I said earlier, the most important factor is not just gaining weight; it's what kind of weight you gain, guys. So if you're gaining muscle weight, then obviously that's more important. And if you're just gaining weight, but you're gaining waist circumference and you're getting high blood pressure, you're getting high cholesterol. I've seen this happen a lot of times. It's not really good, guys. All right. So fortunately, like I said, more of the weight gain is fat, and unhealthy foods lead to more significant abdominal weight. And the more abdominal weight gain you have, the bigger your waist circumference, the increased risk you have for type 2 diabetes and everything else, right? The seafood, eat food diet, guys. That's what it is, right? And like I said, this is really just an excuse to eat whatever you want to. And what ends up happening is, like I said, you gain way more fat and you feel like shit. Obviously, you don't look as good in clothes as you thought you would. And most of the weight gain is in your stomach, your love handles, your lower back. And that's literally not where anyone wants to gain weight, anyways. So if you want to minimize your fat gain, guys, do not do a dirty bulk. And yeah, don't do a dirty bulk. I know you want to gain weight fast and you want the scale to go up fast, but if you want to actually build muscle and actually have good results in the long run, don't just binge eat. All right, so here are some more reasons you shouldn't dirty bulk. So obviously, you're going to gain an unnecessary amount of fat. You're going to create an unhealthy relationship with food, eating cookies, candy, all that stuff. And then when you try to go on a cut, it's going to be harder to do that. When you lean bulk, you're actually eating just more like protein sources. So you're pretty much eating the same thing you eat in a cut, just bigger portions. So for example, if you ate like during a cut, if you ate like 8 ounces of ground beef with like 5 ounces of potato, when you're bulking, you might just do, a pound of ground beef and a pound of potatoes or half a pound of potatoes and add some veggies to the side, things like that, right? You'll add more healthy carbs, more healthy fats to minimize fat gain. What we don't understand is we think that when you bulking, it's an excuse to eat whatever you want to, like I said. And a lot of people, they'll kind of fall off on their cutting diet and then you'll kind of be like, hey, what's going on with you, man? Why are you eating like that? They'll be like, oh, I'm just bulking. And it's like, you're eating cake to bulk. Like, if you're trying to gain muscle, why are you eating cake? Why are you eating, cookies and pancakes? Now, obviously, if you eat that like 5% of the time, 10% of the time, like cheat days, that's fine. But if you're eating that 90% of the time, you're just going to gain a lot of fat. Sugar levels are going to be high. Your A1C is going to be messed up. Your health is actually going to be at risk. All right. And one of the worst things that people do not think about because they're thinking short term, their short sighted mindset when they dirty bulk is how horrible the cut will be when you actually dirty bulk. Because if you dirty bulk and you don't even hit your protein goal and you're eating like 5,000 calories a day from little Debbie cakes and, zebra cakes and shit like that, then when you cut, you're going to have the same amount of muscle you had when you started, but also it's going to be super hard to get rid of all that fat that you did gain. All right. All right, so here's the mindset behind dirty bulking. Like I said, it's literally just big back activity mindset. It's literally just lunch lady arm, like fucking mindset, guys. Like you just want an excuse to eat donuts and eat candy. Like on a lean bulk, like when you're bulking, your goal is to gain muscle, correct? It's to gain muscle, not to gain fat. All right, gain as little fat as possible. But most of us were just like, you know what? I hate being lean. I hate being disciplined. Let me just eat everything in sight. Let me eat burgers and fries. Let me eat Chick-fil-A every single day. Let me drink, smoothie, not Smoothie King. Let me drink smoothies from Chick-fil-A and milkshakes and frappuccinos, all that stuff. All that stuff that's literally going to increase your blood pressure and everything else. All right. Oreos, Cheetos, fried chicken, Cheeto Puffs, Pringles, zebra cakes, oatmeal cream pies, donuts, all that stuff does not build muscle, guys. It just doesn't build muscle. McDonald's doesn't build muscle. All right, your hungry ass is just making excuses to eat like shit. Like I said, like you did a diet for a few weeks and you're like, you know what? Let me just bulk real quick and then I'll go back to cut. No, you're not bulking. You're literally just binge eating. All right, you're just eating whatever you want to. That's not going to get you to your goals. Now, of course, if you don't want to get to your goals, don't listen to my advice. But if you want to get to your goals, definitely listen. All right, so here is why lean bulking is superior to dirty bulking. Now, like I said, it's always going to be your own choice to do what you want to do, but you literally can't expect to improve anything in life, in any aspect of life, without tracking. All right, so when you lean bulk, you're actually tracking your food, tracking how much you're eating, and you're being very disciplined to ensure that you gain as much muscle as possible and don't gain, too much fat. And like I said, I learned the hard way. I did the dirty bulk and the clean bulk. When I did that dirty bulk, I was like, yo, like people don't even think I lifted anymore. They're like, hey, you still working out? And I was like, and I was in such like a deep hole. I was like, dude, how do I get out of this hole? Like, this is gonna be the roughest cut of all time. Like, you actually have to like, because when you dirty bulk, you almost get into like a eating disorder because you're eating so much bullshit. You're eating so much fast food, eating so much candy, and like I always say, food is one of the most addictive things on earth. So if you're just indulging in the most addictive thing on earth, one of the most addictive things on earth, which is food, like, zebra cakes. And for me, it's always like candy and all that shit, right? Cookies, candy, crumble cookie. I'm like eating all that stuff. It's going to be harder for you to get off of it. And you're going to be way heavier, right? So it's going to take a longer time to cut. Now, when you do a lean bulk, it's going to be way short. Like your cut's going to be way shorter, right? And during your cut, you'll look, pretty shredded, like within a couple of weeks. So the rest of the cut will be pretty easy and encouraging, right? Tracking your foods is going to keep you accountable and teach you portion sizes. It's going to ensure that you're gaining muscle and making progress, guys. So when you're tracking your weight size as well, like I said, if you're doing a bulk and you gain like 20 pounds and you gain like 1 to 2 inches on your waist, that's good. If you're doing a dirty bulk and you gain 20 pounds, you're probably going to gain like 8 inches on your waist. I'm not even going to lie. All right, you're probably going to gain like 6 to 8 inches on your waist. All right, so waist size is super important because you need context anytime you have, anytime you do weight, you need context with your weight. Okay, so um, obviously, if you gain 10 pounds and you gain nothing on your waist, that means you gain 10 pounds of muscle. Obviously, if you gained 10 pounds and you gain 10 inches on your waist, that means you literally gained a lot of fat. All right. So, my honest opinion is, of course, you can do whichever you prefer. But from my experience, you got to realize that clean bulking is way more efficient. And dirty bulking literally means putting your health at risk. And in my opinion, dirty bulking is literally just instant gratification and an excuse to binge eat, overeat, eat like shit. And lean bulking is actually focusing on building muscle efficiently, being disciplined, and delaying gratification. So in my opinion, like I said, clean bulking is way better. It's gonna help you in the long run a lot because when you dirty bulk, you're gonna hate yourself in the future. Like when you get to your future self, you're gonna be like, holy shit, why did I do this? Now I gotta lose all this freaking weight, right? No, losing fat, we all know losing fat is super hard. So when you dirty bulk, and you put on all that fat, it's literally you just taking your foot off the gas for like 6 to 8 months. And then you kind of put your foot back on the gas and you're in a fuck situation. Like the engine won't start. You need, a new alternator. You need a new engine. All your tires are flat. Like that's literally what it's like. So make sure you lean bolt, guys. It's way smoother, and you'll appreciate yourself in the future. Hope this helps.